Hello guys, my name is Michael and welcome to a new GTK tutorial. Today we are going to learn a new widget and a newly widget which we are going to learn it is called GtkHeaderBar. I already went to its documentation, we are right here. So GtkHeaderBar says it is a box with a center child. And if we are clicking on its description, says the GTK header bar is similar to an horizontal GTK box. It allows children to be placed at the start or at the end. In addition, it allows a title and a subtitle to be displayed. The title will be centered with respect to the width of the box, even if the children at either side take up different amount of space. So the height of the title bar will be set to provide sufficient space for the subtitle, even if none is currently set. So if a subtitle is not needed, the space reservation can be turned off with GtkHeaderBar set has subtitle. We are going to come to this part later. GtkHeaderBar can add typical window frame controls such as minimize, maximize, close button, or even window icon. Why do we need something like this? You'll see in a moment. For these reasons, GtkHeaderBar is the natural choice for use as the custom title bar widget of a GTK window. Well, what exactly those things means? Let me show you something. Before we move, here is our header bar example, which is provided for our developers, and this is how looks like, or at least this is a form of header bar which looks like this one. Anyway, you can use it for your application being your main title bar, not just for some part of your application or maybe something strange things which goes into your mind. One thing which is very important, it is not a clever idea to use it inside of dialogue, but this is another story. Anyway, let me show you something. I have already a program right here. As you can see, now we have an application which use a title bar, isn't it? No, it's not. We have no title bar at all. So basically this means we have only a header bar, which is right here, this one. Yes, it is a header bar, it is not a title bar. And of course we have some buttons here like maximize, minimize, send it to your text bar, put it back, a close button as well, and of course some menu if you need to put some option, or maybe you need to put some widgets there, other things. Anyway, the important thing here is that I choose to stop the decoration. So what I'm telling you with stopping, I'm going to explain in a moment. Basically I set the window decoration to false, which means at this moment I have control of my application by having my own title bar now, using a header bar as title bar right here. And as you can see, now I can even move the window, things which you cannot do them anymore once that you decide to set your window decoration to false. You cannot move your window anymore. To move it, there are some things which you need to take care of. I placed the header bar inside of event box, and then I catched the mouse, basically the button events, and when the user use double click, like now me right here, I choose to call functions like GTK minimize, maximize and unmaximize, which allows me to do this. And of course on the regular click I choose to catch this signal, and once that I have it, I call the window move to drag the window so that I can move it. Basically, if you don't do this, you cannot do it, isn't it? Well, actually you can. So this will be a homework for you. So find a way how you can stop the user to move the window or resize it other that it is allowed through your program. So basically, I am allowing to move this window only by using this header bar. So clicking right here, at some point here I can move it, but here I cannot. Resizing is not working at all. But if the user press Alt K on its keyboard, then as you can see we can move it, even if I move it from here. And of course, if I'm using now right click, I can even resize the window, things which I don't want to have them. So find a way how you can block the user to interface with your application. One thing which you need to know, or maybe you already know it, is that those key bindings which I'm using right now, starting with Alt, it should be blocked, disabled. So find a way to disable those combination between Alt key on your keyboard and your left right click on your mouse. And once that you find it, leave a comment and we'll see if you succeeded or not. Okay, so that being said, this is about how it looks like. Now we are going to call the first function all widgets needed, which is almost all widgets which needed, which is the new one. So GtkHeaderBar new says creates a new GtkHeaderBar widget. This means this function returns a GTK widget. Okay, so I'm going to copy it. I'm coming right here, and we're going to declare a pointer of GTK widget type, and we are going to call it header bar. Now we can point it to our GTK header bar new, no arguments, and GTK container add GTK container window, and of course we are going to place our header bar inside our window. Now I'm going to compile it and run it, and as you can see our program works fine. This big box right here, this is the header bar, because we are not using a container like a grid or something where we can decide about the size, width and height of its child and so on. We are going to use the margin property on our header bar. So g object set header bar margin, and I'm going to use the bottom one to 200 pixels, and we are going of course to inform our g object set by passing null as its last argument that we are done with this function, with the arguments. Sorry. Now you can see it looks better. So as you can see, we have here our title bar right here where I can move the window and so on. We have those three buttons, 1, 2, 3 right here, to send it to our taskbar to maximize and minimize, and of course that's the one which close it. Okay, so basically what I'm going to do now, I'm going to remove this part right here, so because we are not going to use the title bar anymore. So by doing this, we need a function, and that function is called GTK window set decorated. So GTK window, we are going to cast it window, and of course we are going to pass the false. What this function does, let us check its documentation. So I'm going to go to search, enter, and says by default windows are decorated with a title bar, resize control, etc. Some Windows managers allow GTK to disable this decoration, creating a borders window, like we'll see in a moment, or maybe we'll see it now. So basically now I compile it and run it, and as you can see we have a window, a borders window, we have those 4 borders, and of course we have our header bar. Now it is something which we have no control over it, so this means we can now do nothing, almost nothing, because like I said we can already use the Alt. So I'm pressing now the Alt key and I can move the window with the left click, or I can press the Alt again, and with the right click I can even resize my window. So if you set the decorate parameter to false using this function, we did that, GTK will do its best to convince the window manager not to decorate the window. Depending on the system, this function may not have any effect when calling on window that is already visible. So this means you should call it before calling GTK widget show. So basically, if I'm moving this part after we show the window, it is possible that we cannot get what we want. So we'll probably get an unexpected behavior. So that being said, just do it like the manual said, call it after you create your window like we did in our example, and you should be fine. On Windows, this is interesting. On Windows, because I'm using now Linux Mint 19.2 Tina or 3, I know, 2 or 3 I think, let me check it. LSB release. Okay, minus a and says yes, 19.2 Tina. Okay, maybe I'm using Linux Tina, Linux Mint Tina, and here says on Windows, Microsoft Windows, this function always works since there are no window manager policy involved. So remember, this is a Linux style, if it works or if it's not working. So if you want to have control over it, just do it like the manual says. So this means call it before GTK widget show. Okay, but as you can see, you don't expect to think that you have control over your application by disabling those decorations, because there are always ways to interfere with your application, like for example those key biddings combination with Alt and left click, Alt and right click, which allows me to resize a window the way how I want to. So basically this behavior is your homework until we are done with this widget. Maybe some of you or later you will find a way to show me how you can stop this kind of behavior, how you can stop your user to interfere with your application, so that you can block it to not use Alt anymore on your application. So just concentrate on those key biddings. That being said, I think it's enough for today. Thank you guys for watching. If you like it, please subscribe, share with your friends and neighbors, and until next time, see you guys.